Hello, my friends. Well, today we are going to do our last part of the Unit 3 systems, matrices. They're matrices. Matrices unit. And today we're going to solve systems with matrices. So we are going to do section 3.3. Before we get too deep into this, I would like to point out that in the last section, we had these wonderful notes on step-by-step instructions for how to enter a matrix into your graphing calculator. And then in these notes, in section 3.3, we have these other wonderful directions on how to solve a system as a matrix in your calculator. So if you haven't taken the time yet, make sure you have reviewed how to do that and practiced a little bit. The other thing I want to do before we get going too far is just to talk about the calculator itself. So on the calculator itself, first of all, anything in the world that is going to have to do with a matrix, anything in the world that's going to have to do with the matrix, you're going to need to look at this key right here. And because the word matrix on that key is in blue ink, because the word matrix is in blue ink, to use that key, you are first going to have to hit this key to tell the calculator the function of the calculator that you would like the calculator to use would be the matrix function, not the x to the negative first power or the inverse function. So you want to make sure you do that. Also, the other thing I want to point out to you is when people get lost and they get frustrated and they get stuck and they don't know what to do next, then they start hunting around this button right here. Well, that's not a very good color. Let me try again. Maybe something different. This key right here, still not. Maybe instead of using a highlighter, we will use just a regular ink pen. This key right here says quit. Everybody see the blue word that says quit? That's a blue word that says quit. If you hit that key, if you hit the word quit, your calculator will go back to its home page, its home screen, where it's blank, okay? So that's the quit key. So if you get stuck, if you get lost, if you're like, where do I go from here? Hit the quit key and you will go back to a regular screen. Okay, so we have those things. All right. After we hit the matrix, the next screen you're going to get is going to be like this. All right. This key right here will edit, and that you can put elements in the matrix. This key right here will actually do the math. In other words, it will do the calculation for you. Calculation. And then these keys over here, those are the names of the matrices. So you have to tell the calculator what you want it to do. Do you want it to calculate something for you, or do you want to make a matrix? And then you have to tell it which matrix you want to calculate or which matrix you want to make, okay? If you want to edit a matrix, so after you hit edit, so after edit, you're going to get a screen that looks like this. And you're going to have to tell it its dimensions. And all you do is you type in the dimensions and hit enter. So if it's a 3 by 5, you would hit 3, enter, 5, enter. And the numbers right here will change to 3 by 5s, and the matrix will begin to look like a 3 by 5. So the matrix will, if it's a 3 by 5, if we change it to a 3 by 5, then the matrix, 1, 2, 3, then the matrix will do this, and it will make a 3 by 5 matrix. And then you go through and you diligently put the values in each box. I will tell you that something my students forget is when they put a number in that last box, they forget to hit enter. And when they forget to hit enter, they filled all the elements in except for the last element. So you have to do each element. You have to put in the first number, enter, the next number, enter, the next number, enter, the next number, enter. So an element, enter, an element, enter, and it goes across the page, and then so it goes across by column and then down by rows. Okay, but make sure when you get that last one, you tell it what to do. Okay, then generally you're going to hit quit. Most often then you're going to tell the calculator to quit so you can get back to your home screen. So most often after filling this out, you're going to hit quit so you can decide what to do with your matrices. Okay, if you wanted to calculate, you want it to arrow down until you come up to option B, reduced row echelon form. So you're going to hit, on the calculator you have the key that looks like this, and it has triangles that look like this. Your directional keys. You can hit the directional key down, 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 down many times, or you can hit the directional up key fewer times until you run across B, R, R, E, F. So that's what I've done over here. So this is what you want to get to. R, R, E, F. Once you get to R, R, E, F, you should be golden. Then you have to tell the calculator what matrix you want to do the reduced row form, echelon form of. So, if you haven't introduced yourself to the calculator yet, take a few minutes to play with it. And remember, if you start to get upset, just hit quit. All right. So, first question. We end up, if we read this, you have 85 coins, nickels, dimes, quarters, and yada, yada, yada. You read that, you write an equation, you write a system. This system needs to be turned into a matrix, okay? So, a couple things that are wrong with this system. So it looks like we're going to go N's, and then D's, and then Q's, and then the constant. And it looks like we're going to have row 1, row 2, row 3. And as we talked about in the last section, they all have to be in the same order. So our first thing is we have a little bit of a problem child in that this is not in the correct order. So what we need to do is we need to take the 2D and move it over here. And when we do that, that's going to be 2Ds and, hang on a second, that's going to be no N's. That's really horrible. Let me redo that. That's terrible. We are going to have 0 in the N column. We're going to have -2 in the D column. We're going to have 0 in the Q column. And we're going to have 0 in the constant. Okay? And everybody else is in the right order. So when we go to write this, we're going to have 1, 1, 1, 85. And we're going to have 0, -2, 0. Oh, wait, we have a Q. Not bad. We have a Q. We have a Q. So we have 1 Q. And so we would have 1. Mrs. Leonard, you are a mess today. There we go. We would have a 1 here, and we would have no constant. And then we would have 0.05, and we would have 0.1, and we would have 0.25, and we would have 13.25. All right? Okay. And so put it in matrix symbols. That is our augmented matrix. So now we are going to take our calculator and we are going to do these steps. So the very first thing we're going to do is we are going to pick up our calculator. And after we pick up our calculator, we are going to go to this page in our calculator. All right. And we are going to name this, I'm going to name it A. And we're going to have to edit it. So we're going to edit A. So we're going to edit A. So we're going to edit A. So we're going to do that. All right. So let me show you on the calculator. It would be a lot easier than me trying to do all that. Okay. So let me try to do all that so you can see it. So put this here. Wrong color, go black, thank you. There we go, and I'm going to call this A. So I'm going to go to my calculator. And in my calculator, I am, took me too long, sorry. In my calculator, I am going to hit second. If you'll notice the keys turn red. Matrix, edit, A. And I'm going to say that it is a 3, enter, 4, enter. So it's a 3 by 4. And my elements are 1, enter, 1, enter, 1, enter, 85, enter. 0, enter, -2, enter, 1, enter, 0, enter. And then I have 0.05, enter. And I have 0.1, enter. And I have 0.25, enter. And I have 13.25. And then you make sure you hit enter to get it to fill. All right? Okay, now we want it to do the math. So now we're going to quit. So I'm going to hit second quit. And I'm going to go second matrix. And I'm going to tell it to do the math. And I'm going to arrow to the reduced row echelon form. And I'm going to hit enter. And it says, you want the reduced row echelon form of which matrix? And you say, matrix A. And matrix A used to be this key. No. Huh. That's the one thing I haven't done on this calculator before. Oh, the A looks like it is alpha A. Yep. So on this calculator, it's alpha A. On some of the older calculators, the A is on the 1. So, yeah, that'll be new to me. Okay, so I would like the reduced row echelon form of matrix A. And I hit enter. Boom. Dang it. Wrong value or variable entered. Attempt to store a matrix to the list. Matrix. What's wrong with my matrix? There's nothing wrong with that matrix. Okay, so I'm going to do second matrix math. Reduced row echelon form of A. Okay. Reduced row echelon form of 1. No. Of second one. No. So, okay, so how do I get that? How did I get that? Second matrix. Enter. Duh. All right, I got it. I got it. All right, so I loaded it. It's all in there. I'm going to go second matrix, math, reduce row echelon form. And then I'm going to go second matrix, and it's option 1. Enter. There we go. And so I get this. I get the the numbers 1, 0, 0, 25, 20, and 4, 40. 25, 20, 25, 20, and 40. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my assignment, which is here. And I'm going to say what I got for an answer was 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. If I'm successful, what I want is a diagonal set of 1s. If I'm successful, what I want is a diagonal set of 1s. And then the other thing I had was I had a 25 here, a 20 here, and a 40 here. And what that means, my friends, is that my first variable, which was n, highlighter, my first variable, which was n, I have 25 of them. My second variable, which was d for dimes, I have 20 of them. And my third variable, which was q for quarters, I have 40 of them. So the answer to the question is I have 25 nickels. I have 20 dimes. And I have 40 quarters. And so that's my answer. Okay, let's see if this next one can't go a little more smoothly. All right, so let's observe, if we don't mind, let's observe that we have dollars, fives, tens, 20s, and our constant. And we have row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. And we have to have 4 rows because we have 4 variables. And the first 2 rows are a good order. The third row, this one right here, needs to be adjusted a little bit. In other words, this 2D has to be moved to the other side. So that's going to give us negative 2Ds and no 5s and no 10s, but we do have 120 and we have no constant. Then what we need to do with the other one is we need to take our dimes, okay, and we have to move our dimes to the other side. So I'm going to have negative 1 dime. I am going to have 1 $5 bill. I'm going to have 0 $10 bills. I'm going to have 0 $20 bills. And I have no constant. So then when I go to write these 4 equations, they are 1, 1, 1, 1, 235. Did my pen go to sleep? No. 235. I don't know why it's not working. 235. And then my next row is 1, 5. Oh, I missed a digit here. 1, 235. Then I have 10 10s, I have 20 20s, and I have 2600. And then I have negative $2. I have no 5s. I have no 10s. I have 120, and I have no constant. And then the last one, I have negative $1. I have 1 5. I have no 10s. I have no 20s, and I have no constants. So there's the augmented matrix of my 4 equations that make my system. And now I'm going to go to my calculator. And in my calculator, that is not what I wanted. I'm going to go to my calculator. And I'm going to go second matrix. I'm going to ask to edit, and I'm going to make it matrix B. And it was a 4 by 5. So it's a 4 by 5, and then I'm going to put in the elements. You have to hit enter after every element to get it to go in. And then 1, 5, 10, 20, and 2600. And then -2, 0, 0, 1, 0. And then -1, 1, 0, 0, 10. And I have to hit enter after the 10. Then I'm going to hit second. Actually, let's quit. Second quit. Second quit. Oh, it fell asleep. Don't fall asleep on me. Now I'm going to hit second, matrix, do the math, do a reduced row echelon form of matrix 2, which is B. I hit enter, and I have 300, 310, and I have an error because I can't have a negative number, and 600. So did I type something in incorrectly? That is interesting that it came out. So let's see if I have everything entered correctly. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 35. 1, 5, 10, 20, 2600. Move over the 2, it goes first. There are no 5s, there are no 10s, there's 1. And there is no number. And move over the dollar, keep the 5, there are no 10s, no 20s, and there is no constant. So that was correct. Oh, I see what I did. There's a 10. I found my error. There's a 10. There is a 10 right here because of that 10 right there. That means this needs to be a 10. So then in my calculator, all I need to do then is I have one error in my submission. So I'm going to go second quit. I'm going to go back to my matrix. I'm going to edit option 2, and I'm going to go down to that. Oh, the 10 is there. The 10 is there. Should I have a 10 there? The 10 is there, the 10 is there, the 10 is there. But the 10 was in the matrix. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 5, 10, 20, 2600, right? 2600, yes. -2, 0, 0, 1, 0, -1, 1, 0, 0, 10. Wow. I do not see the mistake. 1, 1, -2, -1, 1, 5, 0, 1. What I'm doing now is going down. 1, 10, 0, 0, 1, 20, 1, 0, 85, 2600, 0, and 10. That is correct. And I hit second quit. And I hit please do the math. And I would like a reduced row echelon form. And I would like it of the second matrix, which is option B. Yeah, you can't have -1,125. That can't be the value of a $10 bill. Did anybody vet these questions before they put them on this piece of paper? Okay, we're going to act like that's not a problem. We're going to go on to number 3. So part C, we can't get a negative number there, my friends, because the way the application problem is written. So we have a mistake somewhere. I wonder if it's in the equation. Let's see. There is a total of $2,600. That works. The total number of paper bills is 235. That's the first equation. The number of $20 bills, this is going to be the pink equation, is twice the number of dollars. Yep. So the number of is twice the number of dollars. So we would need twice as many. Yep, that works. And the number of $5 bills is 10 more than the number of $1 bills. That is also correct. Yep. All right, we're moving on to number 3. Okay, so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like my columns are going to have to be I'm going to have an M, P, and S. I don't need 4 equations if I only have 3 variables. Goodness, did anybody look at this before we printed it? Okay. And the constant. Okay. And we have row 1, row 2, row 3. If we only have 3 variables, we only need 3 equations. We do not need 4 equations if we only have 3 variables. And it looks like we have M, P, and S. Looks like we have M, P, and S. All right. So we would have 1, 1, 1, and 57. We would have 1, negative 2, 0, and 0. And we would have 1, negative 1, 0, 2. Yeah, that's all we have. And then to do this one, we could go to our calculator and hit second matrix, ask it to edit, matrix C, and it is a 3 by 4. And our numbers are 1, 1, 1, and 57. Hang on. Why isn't that working? 1, 1, 1, and 57. And then negative 2, 1, 0, and 0. And then 0, and negative 1, and 1, and 2. Okay. Then we're going to go second quit. Then we're going to go second matrix, math, up to reduced row echelon form. And then we're going to say we would like matrix C, which is the third matrix, and hit enter. 11, 22, and 24. 11, 22, and 24. So what that gives us is we had 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 0, 0, 1. Again, you must have a diagonal of all ones for it to work. And then we had 11, 22, and 24 in our matrix. And the first thing was M, and M stood for marker, so we have 11 markers. We have markers, we have P for pencils, we have 22 pencils, and what else did we purchase? Spiral notebooks were 24. Okay, rather clumsily done, my friends, but that's how you do that. I don't know what's wrong with the second one, but I figured it out. Not a big deal. You got the gist. All right. Thank you. Have a great day.